Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jeet Show, your podcast for real talk, real emotions, and better English, one episode at a time. I'm Jeet, your host, and today's episode is one I think many of us need. We're talking about something we all go through: overthinking, anxiety, and mental health. Whether you felt anxious before an exam, at work, or just overthinking a small decision, you're not alone. Joining me today is Emma, a wonderful friend and someone who understands this topic deeply. Welcome, Emma.
Hi, Jeet. Thanks for having me. I'm really glad we're talking about this. Mental health is such an important part of our lives, and yet, we don't talk about it enough.
So, Emma, let's start simple. What does overthinking mean to you?
To me, overthinking is when your mind just won't stop. You replay the same thought again and again, like a broken record.
Yes, for me, it's like I create 10 problems in my head, none of which actually exist.
Exactly. Overthinking creates stress, even if there's nothing actually wrong.
And I think English learners can relate too. Overthinking before speaking, what if I say it wrong? Will they laugh? It happens a lot.
Yes, the fear of judgment makes us freeze. But no one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. That's how we learn.
Let's talk about anxiety now. What causes it, in your opinion?
Sometimes it's pressure from work, studies, society. Sometimes it's just our own expectations.
I agree. And also from comparison. We scroll social media and think everyone else is doing better.
That's a big one. We compare our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel.
Wow, well said. And that leads to self doubt, stress, and sometimes even panic.
Yes, but it's okay to feel anxious. The key is to notice it and not judge yourself for it.
Emma, would you be comfortable sharing a personal moment where you felt anxious or overwhelmed?
Sure, there was a time when I had to give a presentation at work. I practiced so much, but when I stood up to speak, my mind just went blank. I was shaking.
That sounds really intense. What did you do?
I paused, took a deep breath, and I said, "Sorry, I'm nervous." And everyone just smiled and waited. That moment changed everything.
I love that. Being honest helps others connect with us.
Yes. And you, Jeet, any moment you'd like to share?
Definitely. I've overthought small things like uploading a video. I'd think, will people like it? What if someone says something negative? But then I remember, if it helps even one person, it's worth it.
So many of us live with quiet anxiety, like before sleeping, when everything is silent and thoughts get loud.
Yes, you lie down, close your eyes, and suddenly your brain says, "Hey, remember that embarrassing thing from 6 years ago?"
Exactly. That's why having a good night routine helps.
Do you have one?
Yes, I stop using my phone 1 hour before bed. I read or journal. And I always say one thing I'm grateful for.
That's beautiful. Simple habits can calm the mind. Let's give some real tools now. How can people handle overthinking?
First, write it out. Get your thoughts onto paper. It clears the mental fog.
Love that. I also tried the 555 rule. Will this matter in 5 minutes, 5 days, or 5 years?
That's powerful. Also, talk to someone. Saying your thoughts aloud can reduce their power.
Yes, don't bottle things up. Talk to a friend, therapist, or even a podcast host. Emma, what would you tell someone struggling right now with anxiety or overthinking?
I'd say, you're not broken. You're not weak. You're human. And being sensitive doesn't make you less. It makes you real.
Beautifully said. And I'd add, progress is not a straight line. You're doing better than you think.
Even on your worst days, you are growing just by showing up.
Emma, sometimes people want to help, but they say the wrong things. Let's talk about that.
Yes, one of the worst things to say is just stop thinking about it.
Exactly. If it were that easy, we'd all be fine.
Another one is it's all in your head. That sounds like we're imagining it, when really anxiety feels very real in the body.
I've also heard others have it worse. That just makes people feel guilty for struggling.
Right, everyone's pain is valid. You can't compare wounds.
So, what can we say?
Try, I'm here for you. Or, that sounds hard. Do you want to talk? It's about listening, not fixing.
Let's talk about the body. Emma, have you noticed how anxiety affects the body too?
Absolutely. For me, it starts in my chest. It feels tight, like I can't take a deep breath.
I sometimes get stomach aches, or my hands get cold and sweaty.
Yes, and racing heart, dry mouth, even dizziness.
It's important for listeners to know these are real signs. Your brain and body are connected.
Right. And that's why physical habits like breathing, walking, or stretching can really help.
What triggers anxiety for you, Emma?
Sometimes it's too many choices, like even picking a meal. I freeze.
That's relatable. I get anxious before meetings or when plans suddenly change.
Exactly. It's not always big things. Sometimes a loud room or a message left unread can set you off.
And spotting your triggers helps you manage them, right?
Yes, awareness is step one. Once you know, you can prepare, or at least be kinder to yourself in that moment.
Let's end with something positive. How to create a safe space for yourself.
I love this. A safe space can be a physical place, like a corner of your room with soft lighting, books, or calming music.
For me, it's also a mental space. A few thoughts I repeat when I feel overwhelmed, like, this moment will pass.
That's beautiful. I also keep a feel good list, songs, quotes, memories that lift me up.
And for our listeners, find what works for you. Your safe space doesn't have to be perfect, just real.
Exactly. Healing doesn't mean being happy all the time. It means having a place to rest when it gets heavy.
Emma, we've talked about the problem, the triggers, even the physical signs. But now let's talk about help. What does real help look like?
That's such an important question. First, help isn't always a solution. Sometimes it's just someone listening.
Yes, people often feel like they have to fix you, but sometimes I just want to be heard, not solved.
Exactly. And real help is also about consistency, like checking in with someone after the anxiety moment is over, not just when they are visibly upset.
I love that. It's not dramatic help, it's quiet support. A small message like, hey, thinking of you goes a long way.
Also, helping someone can mean reminding them to eat, to take a walk, or even just breathe. Those small things matter.
So true. Mental health help doesn't always need a degree, it just needs compassion. Before we close, Emma, I want us to share something from the heart, a message to someone out there who's silently struggling.
I'd say if your mind feels too loud, too fast, or too heavy, I promise you're not broken. You're just human, and humans feel deeply. That's not a weakness, it's your proof that you care.
That's beautiful. And I'd add, it's okay to take time. You don't have to heal quickly. You're allowed to pause, to rest, to rebuild slowly.
Yes, and if no one has told you lately, you are loved, you are important, and the world is better because you're here.
So powerful. And to all our listeners, even if we've never met, we care about you. This episode is our way of saying you are not alone. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. If you've been feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck in overthinking, I hope this conversation reminded you that you're not alone. You are understood and healing is possible.
We all have bad days, we all feel lost sometimes. But just by listening, you've taken a step towards self awareness and self care. You're doing better than you think.
If this episode helped you, even a little, please leave a like, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to The Jeet Show. We have more real conversations, more comfort, and more growth waiting for you.
And if you want to talk, reflect, or just feel seen, come say hello in the comments. We read every message.
Until next time, take care of your mind, take care of your heart. This is The Jeet Show. See you soon.